Very good morning. Hope the Lord is with you and hope you're faring well. I'm kind of doing this. I'm kind of doing this video to do like a check-in for mental health. I know people who undergo mental health sometimes are silent because of stigmatization. Stigmatization makes them to be quiet. And do you know why people commit suicide? Because if they say they have mental health, whatever they will be named, whatever they will be labeled, is usually high more than they were silent. So this is a huge thing, and I've experienced it so far, and I've seen like people with mental health don't have control over their lives because the decisions are made over them. They can't make the decisions by themselves. They made the decisions. And the torture those people go through is it's not easy. If you go to these mental health hospitals, it's not an easy place to be at because people are injected medications by force. Even if they say they don't want something, they'll be forced to take it. It's a high time that people wake up and see mental health as any other disease that affects human, as any other disorder that affects human, as any other challenge that affects human. Because if it's not spoken out, it's gonna be making someone to be silenced. And if someone is silenced, there will be no talking. And not talking means not talking means suicide. That's what happens most of the time. So it's important for us to leave people, to give people space whereby they can express themselves and say, this is what I'm going through. Instead of letting them talk of what they're going through and then use that as a weapon to silence them and make them to seem and look like they don't have a charge of their lives or they don't know what they're doing with their lives. I've seen that most of the times. It's a high time we normalize it. We normalize some things and we come out straight. Let us use support as a yardstick to support other people. Support is really important key in mental health. And if it's not there, people kind of get silent. Silence leads to isolation. Isolation, you know what isolation leads to? More and more damage because someone is not able to express themselves fully. So it's a high call actually, and it's something that has to be looked into so that we can avoid the stigma that is associated with mental health. At the same time, people with mental health to go through a lot. They are being labeled and seen as people, maybe from another planet. Maybe they're seen as people who, how can I say, They're seen as people who, let me use the word that is not supposed to be used, the word crazy. And that's not a word to use, but most people use it and see people with mental health issues. Or what I mean by mental health is like depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, and all those people, the way they're being seen out here is really devastating. So let us come together, support one another, and do what is right with one another so that we cannot have the silenced ones. Have a wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon, and a wonderful morning wherever you are in any part of the world. Hope I'll see you next time. Bye bye.